News, views, and entertainment. Stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
From our studios in New Englandville, good morning and welcome to the Monday edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Today, on Monday, August 31, 2020, we will bring this edition of the program come to you. Mina Asma James.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Monday edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Dr. Francis Kaikai, don't ask Paramount Chiefdom for the monitor the projects and way government they implement and different chiefdom them. Campaign for Human Rights and Development International Chadi and the parts that don't get recommendation then on how governments for end hate speech. And at the program this morning, you're gonna wait in at the communique where the All Political Parties Association APA sign with political party them this team.
Well, this another story them day for you now the program. You self for the listen, can be part of the program through your text message to the AfriCell number 077-981-981. The program now Good Morning Salon and it come to you from 98.1 FM with support from Osiwa and AfriCell. Well, as soon as I read from the headline this morning, we get two guests them. One from Chadi, where they can talk about recommendation them, where they don't put together with a partner them for make hate speech tap in the country, and also the All Political Parties Association, they all get communique with and sign with political party. They have first one for say good morning to you, the Chief Executive of Chadi, Wina Abdul Fatoma. Good morning.
Good morning, Madam James.
All right, and I also want for say good morning to the chairman for APA, Wina Prince Koka. Good morning and welcome to the program. All right, we'll deal with you with the council shortly.
The first issue we look at the program this Monday morning. Now, outside the Deputy Director General, now the head of operations, now the Salon Meteorological Agency, Gabriel Parker say the agency now gets plenty weather station them and manpower for do weather forecast for know the amounts of rain we go come, know the weather condition for agriculture, the weather na the sea and other one them. Gabriel Parker talked this inside one interview with City Democracy after one training where the agency do with journalists them for make them go get sabi on how for reports on weather. Musa S. Kamara. He talked to Musa S. Kamara inside this interview.
I think, of course, in plain language, the Met Agency in Sierra Leone are responsible for weather, of course, and climate change-related activities. We all know, say, we give out weather forecast, of course, to the public. And when it comes to the airport, we also do work for provide services to the plane them from the land safely, and also the aviation agricultural sector. When it comes to climate change, we also participate on behalf of the government internationally and try to domesticate most of the climate change directives them and conclusions, at least within the country.
Talking about functions, when you talk about the weather forecast, something where they come to the person in mind quickly, where they listen to you now. Now, the issue of rain, how the rain they come, how much rain they will get. Waiting at the weather forecast as we inside August now.
Of course, within the seasonal forecast we do, we know say now August go for record the highest amount of rain. So the cumulative amount of August, record rain past all others, and at the end of the season of August, we go forget a dry spell. Just like for now, we expect see this Saturday coming, Sunday we're going to get rain. Even tomorrow there will be some amount of rain, but Saturday so coming we're going to get rain. But when we get to places like say September, of course September is well known in that of October for torrential rain. You know, we get like rain just coming in that way, but there's a rain that will come say within 2 hours. We're going to be very much, and normally these are the what they experience say within. And then October, to be precise now, we go for experience more of thunder and lightning, and also that of say a rain of August. So we still will look towards expecting rains as we're getting that. We're going to experience also a late rain. That's going to be say a drop of rain even at the end of October.
So you're talking about weather forecast by season when they do the forecast, not by month, not by week, or not by day when they do the forecast.
Okay. The weather forecast, the first one can do normally in a seasonal forecast. That is like before the start of every season. You know, this will get rain in dry season. So we'll try for give people them an information of what they expect for the season, just like what we do try for this rainy season. And when it comes to dry season, we'll try for tell them what are the expectation for a dry season. And that's the first step. The second aspect is like now us giving us a daily weather forecast on a daily basis, and also get medium range forecast, to giving the forecast up to 5 to 7 days.
Okay.
But to the public, we are giving them like on a daily basis.
When it comes to weather forecast, sometimes meteorology department when they give say this weather forecast rain they can something or rain get for come this week where they come. But sometimes can turn out for this when people can say no. What's in meteorology department tell we say not to say it be. What can exactly happen?
No, like I would really want to know when that forecast particular happen, because I will tell you not any other year, but this particular year, 2020, we are using one of the best model where they do very well for Africa, the ECMWF, of course, the GLOFAST model, and then you have even the MeteoBlow. These are, of course, global model where they use some satellite data and lot of our data, and they do very well. Because the weather forecast itself, what they talk about here, it's not only rain. You get temperature in the weather forecast, you get the cloud type, you understand, and then you get the relative humidity, the wind speed, the direction, and others. So I think one of the challenges would have been is like people understanding the forecast. Just like we don't give a forecast today, say 40, 60, 80, you said there's rain, 30, 20, less, there's no rain. I think most of the concern has been like there are people that are using their mobile phones, just Googling and seeing whatever weather forecast, and then they go buy them. And maybe there have been some radio stations also where they issue a weather forecast. When it comes to say it's Met Agency, but you will see that, like for us, our weather forecasts have been aired by, you see, Voice of Grace and others. You see that they'll give credit to the meteorological agency going forward. Because from give issue out to weather forecast, you go forget first a weather station, a trained personnel, forecasting model, and they give out. That is the more reason to give weather forecast to please only to have weather stations.
So when we look at when you talk about weather forecasting and when you talking about metro in work, what are the drawback?
Drawback as in
challenges.
Okay, yes. The challenges with the agency, one thing is basically like one is how can we make sure this information trickle down to the last person, to the traditional people them for use them, because most of them, these are the vulnerable people them with these informations. And the other challenges basically has to be like we not get the weather station at all parts of the country. So and then we need to get also more personnel. For now, we just have like something like 79 personnel. Just recently, we've recruited 28. So we need to get more weather stations. I would tell you for the whole country, when it comes to agricultural station, we need to get more than 150 stations for agricultural sector.
Must be now.
We just get 8 of that one. And even when it comes to the general weather forecast, we did with them, right? Each and every chiefdom forget the weather station. That had been a challenge, but I've been pushing very hard.
I'm also available now. For the general weather forecast.
It's a general weather forecast, just as I tell you, like the one we get for the synoptic weather station that is happens to be about 15. Yeah. And then most of that you have some of them that are very faulty, but you're seeing that we are issuing out forecast for 7 locations.
What about the rain gauge, in as much as we're into the rain season now? Of
course, we get rain gauge. We all know say the rain gauge is very much good for record the amount of rainfall. Now, in fact, we get now 60 automatic rain gauges, and then plus we don't install some plastic rain gauges around vulnerable areas, about up to 10 now. But all the weather stations also like 60 plus out of 10 is 17 plus. All those weather stations that I've just explained, they also get rainfall sensors. So when it comes to rainfall measurement, I would tell you we have measurements that are more than 70 locations.
We can get international weather forecast. Like you see international metro agencies, then can say, okay, Salone, Freetown will be like this. What's in now on your own forecast? Because the forecast way they out now that Salone and Guinea go record rain during this August. What's now on your own forecast?
So when it comes now to the August, of course, I don't mention this one. Way back last month, during an interview with Africa, that August is going to record the highest amount of rain in Freetown. And of course, when it comes to August, of course, that will be followed by that of September and then July. Then October, of course, you're going to get Boko sort of thunderstorm and lightning. And we're also going to experience a torrential rain. But when it comes to the media, I will tell you, for example, other weather forecasts, the weather forecast that gives the right precisions is basically we say you get an institute station, where you say you get station in the locality. That's the more reason you're seeing that the Met Agency, they try for issue out weather forecast. There have been so many times that we get international body, they talk, say, this is going to happen. Sometimes you can attest that it's not happening. But normally we use that as a benchmark for try for compare what we're having and try for give credible information to the people.
Thank you.
That's now the Deputy Director General and Head of Operations now the Salone Meteorological Agency, Gabriel Park, having the talk on that interview with Musa S. Kamara.
Right, we continue with the program 7:14 at the time for almost studio clock. We come to the studio guest them. I first begin with Campaign for Human Rights and Development International, Chadi, USAID, and the partner them don't put some recommendation together on how governments for End Hate Speech. Well, Campaign for Human Rights and Development International don dey work for promote social cohesion wey dis na outside dem want to make government the opportunity for all man to all man, particular wey camper service dem wey we the citizens dem want. Well, this being term we don dey see outside different audio and write-ups dem don dey come out on social media. This according to experts dem call her hate speech, and if dem not take them, if e continue, e go hamburg the peace and democracy where the country get. And for sake of this, we don dey see outside different organization dem don dey condemn different audio and write-ups dem na the social media. Well, Campaign for Human Rights and Development sef join hand with ONEP for make government help government face this particular thing. And so, good morning again. Welcome to the program.
Good morning and thanks.
The issue of hate speech, we don't see different organizations they don't condemn since last week. And one self Chadi and ONEP don't come together. According to one, I don't put together recommendation they want to give to government. But first of all, we look waiting a hate speech and why it not good.
Hate speech now one thing where you dey provoke, individual or a group of people. We they call them a particular name where go make they not associate themselves with or they not like. So with that, the reactions they always go be bad, to the individual way they do that provocation thing. Then also, not good, a community. We don't taste war in this country, sober one. That war, it make them pull pikina in mama in belle. It make them cut, people in two hand. It make them cut some man in one part of in waist. Them burn property them. Some man then kill her in mama before and some man then kill in pikina before them. Some man then put thickener in mouth, a candle in down part. This now some of the actual message then we need for tell people then we think say war comfortable. War na a discomfortable something. We see hate speech separate so many nations then, where the other, tribe or group of people then feel say they're important past the other people then. Coming back now, Sierra Leone, Salona a constitutional republic with direct elected president with a parliamentary system. So when we don't do we election, the next thing we will focus on na public accountability, social accountability. Where you elect your councillor, your MP, your president, where it fixed in cabinet, we will go all out for hold them accountable on the manifesto or the national agenda where they provide for we. Like previously, we did not get the PRSP1, we get the PRSP2, PRSP3, PRSP4, PRSP5. Different political parties, they give different names. The agenda for change, agenda for prosperity, agenda, midterm development with the new direction. The provisions are where they say they go build road for we, they go provide water for we, they go provide electricity for we. Now then thing then they will for hold them on to. Then when you day in governance, you also not need, for say words and way go discomfort the one the way they in opposition. So when we get with town hall meeting, we partner with ONEP and also UNDP and the governor of Sierra Leone. We hold a town hall meeting, we call let the people talk. We go McKinney, we call all the concerned stakeholders and the security sector, the paramount chiefs, young people, women, disabled, local council, from mayor office to councillors. They express concern about them fear, say, where this government come in power, they not consider them. Most of the things the way them they do, the social things, not a day. But one key thing we come out say, they regret the action will be take place for that 2 days. And McKinney peaceful. The paramount chief talk say McKinney peaceful. The youth then say McKinney be peaceful. So the incident will be happen at McKinney, now unfortunate situation will happen, now misinformation, but then they promise the government and the people of Sierra Leone say, you know, you're not going to repeat again at McKinney, then don't learn the lessons. But however, the equal opportunity, the access to social services, now one of the key things we then think say it will be available for us Sierra Leoneans. We come back now Tombo, you know, we do similar thing. Tombo now we forget politicians that we come out say, when confusion day, now they show say then they woke, then politicians. One of the council on I talk that in a Tombo town hall meeting. So then they enjoy with violence day, you know, because then as politicians, that then see that the better way where they show say then they woke. If he peace day, if they show if you not woke, if people then they come in to say you not woke, you know. So then also the traditional leaders in Atumbo, they divide they highly among them. So then cry, the other members of the traditional leaders and cry say, let government try to go amend that situation because Tombo be peaceful. Tombo said the people that we can do the havoc na Tombo, not to Tombo picking them. Not to the young man in Tombo. McKinney said the young man that we can do the thing, majority not to the young man in McKinney. So we ask say, well, who done are these people that we come? And then we tell and say, I mean, when I get for love when I say past politics. Because this country, what we don't do, we don't let politics more past we self. So we no longer able for love with neighbor. Because if you don't love yourself, you're not able to love your neighbor. You love anybody.
So you think saying that them issue they are way up in McKinney Tumbo according to una waka, una research, now they cause hate speech?
No. We they get audio messages them where they come as a provocation against certain groups, certain individuals. They come from government angle, they come from, you know, ordinary citizens, and also people that way stronger allegations they say that belongs to political parties. But then it hard and difficult for see political parties coming out strongly and denounce. You know, some of them people they say, oh, they not belongs to we. But then even then can't say, no, they not belongs to we, not to we members. And the public hard for belief say no, because most of the statements and then they say it might align, you know, with the current situation of them political parties that are their interest. Then when you look at this, now the time this one for don't get PPRC for don't act up, because like now, not only PPRC working with political parties for let them caution the members. We need for know in this country, other than the active political party, active in the sense they act say, you know, political parties for they submit the audited report. If not to that, then get fined. They don't sign several communiques for the political parties and control the members for see how best we will avoid violence. Like we other partner one then take Lonsad and Ferredugu. Now the same message that the people then want access to social services.
So this access to social services we talk about gets any linkage as to why some people just sit down and record certain message and send them na the social media way people only find out to as hate speech?
Well, the reason why it makes some people go buy into some of them things and they count on the current situation where they face. We get a country where one political party take over. You know, even professionals are not protected in the job. Because if they say they're not aligned with, you know, the political ideology of certain political party, this also today it don't happen. It don't happen from time immemorial, party after party. But always we get political party the way they cry foul only when they're in opposition. And some of the bad laws and way the political party will go in governance, where they say, but now so the law say now the current law that they will work with. Now the same law that they promise say if they come into power, then we'll review that law, amend that. So we go able for move on. Now this country they see say, you know, police and soldier, recruitment and promotion. It not go come by merit. It will come by how, you know, you loyal to that political party. Then if military personnel and police go tell you say, Would they serve the government of the day? No, it's not the government of the day. You serve the government of Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone.
So you get any evidence we should say then they do promotion without merit?
I mean, they're all over. They're all over with professional institutions. It's high time, this country, we actually call things by the name. We know things the way they happen at this country. So when then thing and they stop, I mean, we go able to move this country forward in peaceful manner.
All right, we'll come back to you, Abdul Fatoma from Chadi. I'm then join on with a partner there, UNDP and ONEP, for doing a recommendation to government on how to end hate speech. Continue for the between the program. Well, we also want to welcome Prince Koka, the chairman for all political parties association, APA. You don't hear from waiting. Mr. Fatoma, they don't say some of the things that we say directly. One of the political parties are responsible because of supporters them. But APA supposed to get all political parties inside it, and we see una self don't sign communique for help the same hate speech business. Let we talk about the political parties then first off we sign, because many a time where una can pull communicate or can't talk, you go see other set of political parties then be say they're not mixed, they're not been did. For this one year so, one are the political party that we've been did and we actually sign to the communique.
Thank you very much, Madam James. This communique, we get 12 political parties that we sign. The very first political party is the SLPP, we in the ruling government party. Then they will get the APC, we are the main opposition party. They will get the C4C, we will be represented in the parliament. They will get the NGC, we then say be represented in the parliament. We get the PDP, we meet the head. They will get the NDA, we get RENIP, we get RUFP, we get CDP, we get UDM, we get UNPP and PLP.
So the 12 political,
of course, yeah.
What did the communique they say?
Well, basically, let's just go through within the communique. It's a political parties association, APA communique on political cohesion for national development. Realizing the fact that the All Political Parties Association is a body of political parties united with joint endeavors as to how the country shall be governed, the electorate be educated, and the opinions and desire of the people of Sierra Leone to be communicated to the government constructively. Also noting the violence past of our country, Sierra Leone, and its negative impact on its development, reminding ourselves that after election, there should be joint efforts with the government for national development. We, the undersigned mentioned political party, are in sign to this memorandum of understanding to facilitate political peace for national development. Inside this communique, we get 5 bullet points we highlight. Number 1, awareness of country first in all our endeavors. 5, adhering to the PPRC Act 2002 and Code of Conduct for political parties, supporters, and candidates.
So the very first one where they talk about awareness of political cohesion, na the country. Now, what do you mean?
Awareness of political tolerance.
Political tolerance, sorry. What do you mean?
Well, basically, we forbear the fact that when a party don't win, you understand, we're not the government, you understand, we for at least then for embrace other political parties, then the opposition parties, you understand. At least we all for look at, see, we all are one, you understand. We forget that kind of interaction there. And me, from time immemorial, maybe don't they advocate, say, in fact, on this based on this grounds here, winner takes all. You understand? Now, one of the fact thing anyway they cause problems. You understand? In as much where one party don't win, at the end of the day, you don't see the other parties them, you understand, as enemy or whatsoever. So forget that kind of tolerance there among we self.
Una as APA, how una don't they continue to advocate for ensure say political tolerance day after every election? What role don't they play towards that?
Well, basically, in fact, not to during this midterm of office, in fact, from the past chairman, the way they don't lead the association, we don't advocate for quite a long time that based on this winner takes all. You understand? It causes a lot of problems, you understand? At the end of the day, when so party win, you understand, make sure say you call other 2-3 party, embrace them, you understand? Because if you watch, we say at least after election, there must be joint effort with the government,
you understand, for national development. I think we all for come together and see how best, you understand, we can put heads together how we go push the country go before.
All right, so it's not the responsibility of the opposition political parties them. If you want now the governing party one way win, get development for do, get for deliver, but if for pay attention for the embrace political parties them where they in opposition. Waiting at the responsibility of the opposition.
When also, we self as an opposition get a responsibility. Also, after election, for CC, election London, which you for the think of is about development. How we for support a government, you understand, for how push the country go before, you understand. Not to, okay, we can bear the fact that, okay, this government can win, yes, sister. Instead, get young people in for satisfy, you understand. We don't struggle for power, you understand. But also, we say bear in the fact that as an opposition party is there, you understand. Be it then call you or not call you, you say get a role for play.
So you don't they happy now? Usai with the CC, the opposition said don't they work with government for push developments go before?
Yes, of course, yes, because but at times opposition parties and back kiwa support government, you understand, for push out things go before back. Government also, you get certain people that can put in a position can be lethargy. Like for example, let me bring in the instance of the COVID, you understand. Remember when Ebola be there, you understand, we support the past then the government in terms of sensitization on Ebola. Now this present government, when this coronavirus day, we as an association APA, we write letter, you understand, a project that we want for support also this project on COVID, on sensitization, because we bear in the fact that when the COVID become, there was this political rumor by, you understand, say, hey, this is not lie, this is not true. So we self-write a project that we want to support for let tell people and say this COVID is real. When we submit this thing, to be honest, you understand, they don't respond to the project proposal we said.
So that project aside, Una as APA, you know the chairman, you really convince say Una don't they play these people of Salon justice where you take into consideration yourself in question. We know the allegations and maybe don't they come up as to you involving in the current government, taking money and comparing to what you be get from the last government and all. Because we see where the now president they come power in March, Una been go get another communication when I be on peace and stability in the country. Now anything different happen where you take into consideration the responsibility where una supposed for the uphold?
Well, basically, like in the very first way, you talk about allegation. Thank God that all is an allegation. There is no fact in it. You understand? But like which you see, we don't tend to this communicate to the president.
Because we soon they put communicate them, but waiting they happen after, if not to just mouth say.
No, well, basically. Yes, I agree that if I not to the first communique, there's a lot of communiques in the way they don't sign, you understand?
So
but the same thing they happen, you understand? But this year now, to be honest, like this hate speech now, it ain't on the worst now, you understand, than anything so far. Because during the past, we not be to get something like a this year, we don't be so fearful now, like how this they happen now, you understand? Each and every day, you get fearful audio message and videos them to the social media, you understand? Where even people and they tell you that say Monday then they attack this country, so then they attack you. There is some audios there, you understand? We're really fearful. That is the reason why we decide for calm and see say then communicate we don't sign. Okay, yeah, we don't sign them, but in actually they create that kind of impact where we feel safe for with and create, you understand?
So what's difference this they bring?
Well,
add to the other one the way una be don't sign before.
Well, basically. We don't sign this communique, you understand? We don't meet as an association. We don't pull out a press statement, you understand? Where we meet back for CC, how best we can further engagement for CC. We try for curtail some of them things there. I want to bear in mind that, you see, these are the nation we deal with, you understand? And this, now some of them people there, now we support as them. Some of them now sympathize as them. Where you know even know self. Some man they support your party, you don't even sabi. So now sympathize as you know even sabi. Where even they go misbehave. You understand? Well, you don't even know your about. You understand? So you get for take with time, you understand, for put things in place. It's not to something very, very easy.
All right. Continue for the between the program. The chairman for APA, All Political Parties Association. Then don't do a communique. We'll say they put 5 bullet points them. Later on at the program, you go tell we then 5 points there. How I hope for whole political parties to account in case anyone go against them. Continue for the between and the program. Now, Good Morning Salon, 8 o'clock, now the time from the studio clock. We'll go for this short break.
Sierra Leone Commercial. Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody like you no get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office like you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again, but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for we boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering God. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank.
All right, we continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. 1 minute after 8, now the time for my studio clock, and where they bring this program come to you. Minasma James.
And Mabel Kaba.
They come over again to Jadi, Abdul Fatoma. We get recommendation them where they don't put together for government on how for tap hate speech. So let me look at the recommendation in the Mr. Fatoma. How now actually?
We reached there directly from the contribution from the people then, now the different communities and the 4 communities. And when you look this now, 4 communities that we really, the incidents, spark. First, it start now Ferredugu, before Makeni. So we go Ferredugu, Makeni, Lonsad, and Tumbo. So we get the people them, they express concern as well. The role of opposition political party, we say they're not for only the where election come. At that time they want for come highlight say this government be make una suffer. So if the government promises the way they make, they not fulfill it within the time frame the way they begin. So now them political party then they put pressure on government because of the lack of engagement, constructive engagement within the opposition political party and the government. It creates a huge gap for the ordinary citizens, the civil society, the media, for look even as an enemy to the government. Because on language, then they're not political language. But because of them not they step in when civil society, the media, ordinary citizens, and take their issues and then it become a challenge between, them other non-state actors. So some other people then go beyond how to put the message, put on in a more way not go make we come together for do the thing the way then they even talk about. So the people then say if government they really engage them, then call for town hall meetings then. But like government or other non-state actors like the media, the civil society, for the engage them and educate them, on them key thing and they. Then it also come in the police. The police they hold youth man them bike and confiscate them bike then they and turn it into their own personal property and send them a cell, send them and transfer them a Penemba Road. So by the time they release them and go back, that youth man, through the bike or kekewe even the work, and not get nothing again for engaging. So the next thing they happen, they go na ghetto. So when they not get to and say anything will spark na the community, na them first, they move on and see. So engaging the youth, interacting with the youth, representing their view, it's not only good, for democracy, but it prepare the future, electorate their mind. About, the good things and way you engage the youth.
So we
get youth structures in this country by paper, but we not get infrastructure facility. The youth then also cry at their environment they are say. Then a youth council chair, then a youth council, this youth ambassador for peace, but no office not there for them, no center not there. If the government want for meet with them, media want for meet with them, civil society want for meet with them, political party want for meet with them, or anybody want for me to then let them sit down talk. that space they not there for them.
So with all the information that you wanna go get from the community, from the young people, waiting at the recommendation that we wanna as Chadi and your partner they make.
Well, we get a meeting today with we WANEP with the government of Sierra Leone and UNDP, and for that we go formally make the recommendation to the government of Sierra Leone.
So waiting at some of the things they wanna recommend.
So some of the key things, and for that government really, guarantee citizens of the rights, guarantee citizens of peace, then equal opportunity, for them in the country. Then also we look at the behavior of police, the injustice from the criminal justice system, like the police, the military, the police and the court system. Young people them and other people then see say it's very much unfair towards them. The way then they treat them is totally unfair. Constitutionally, in 24 hours you get, written for let you go dinner detention with official charge. But with the see say it they go beyond that, it very hardly for the accept. Some man don't they that police detention, for over 50-something days. They not even know, or the police they not even know why they arrest them. Police don't illegally confiscate, youth man and bite them. They come forward a lot, from these towns they are will engage. So this all na concern. I don't think they are really, if we will handle the criminal justice system properly, it will also for build the peace where we want and we want for enjoying this country.
I want to take you back to the issue we get for do with hate speech. When at the latest campaign
They inspire you.
So if this for stop at this stage, waiting need for be done, because if you take into consideration audios and videos and same way so the social media where they see sitting minister, resident minister, they setting them